Congratulations to all of you. So what is one thing that you're most proud of from your film?
Oof, my team, the people that are involved, from like when you have a wonderful ensemble cast, you need somebody who's nurturing and loving, and that's a wonderful Jen Lilly, to your best friend who does an awesome song with Gladys Knight and willing and able to jump into LA studio early in faith, to like Jesse Hudge has been my boy for a long time, and we get to work together finally, and we joke at the gym and finally did, and then Darren Chavez has been a friend for 15 years, and it's the merger of it all. And then you get wonderful people who are hungry, like Julia Riley, and it's like you can't ask for anything greater. You're only as great as your team.
Congratulations, you guys won TED Awards for the best Christmas pageant ever. What's one thing about this film that you're most proud of?
Well, I'm most proud that audiences responded the way that they did. I mean, my goodness, the feedback was incredible. I mean, even from critics, 92%, 97% audience score, something I've never seen in my career from a movie that I've made and be a part of. But overall, the filmmaking process was what the movie was, meaning it was just a family, a really tight-knit unit, and everybody just loved making the film. So when that happens, you know something good's going to happen.
Yeah, I have to say that, it's, I always say this, Dallas Jenkins said it's the best set you want to be on, and then having Kevin and Andy Irwin and Kingdom Story Company, it was really a joy, and the kids were amazing. So to be a part of something that actually has an effect on people's lives, maybe it's going to be a Christmas classic. What do you think?
It might. Maybe it'll get there.
Yeah, definitely in my household it is.
That's great. Yeah, so that being a part of something like that is an absolute blessing.
Yeah.
Now, making a movie is no small feat. Who was your biggest supporter during the time of filming and making just the entire process?
Well, my wife is my biggest supporter, so she allowed me to go to Canada to actually make this thing in very freezing cold weather. But our partners at Lionsgate, they've been so supportive of the movies that we make, and they're just great partners, and best studio partner we could ever dream of.
And for me personally, I say it all the time, maybe it's getting boring, but I've been friends with and have worked with Dallas Jenkins for over 25 years now, when he was doing stuff and no one was paying attention. And then we met, it's got to be 18 years ago.
Yeah.
On films as well. So to see these guys succeeding, for me personally, is really what brings me a lot of joy. So congratulations.
Congratulations.
What are you most proud of with your project?
Well, I'm most proud of it getting made, actually. So, just happy to be out here, and everyone that wants to see the movie, and it's been such an amazing journey all the way through. It's a real passion project for everyone involved. So this is something I would do again and again if I could.
Now, we know making projects, they are a big undertaking. Who would you say was your biggest supporter during this making process?
Well, I think, making any movie is a miracle, and this movie was really hard to make. It took a decade, before we got to make it. There was a lot of people involved, and finally we found, a little moment where it was possible to make a story and to tell through this story, and she's been forgotten in time, and now she will never be forgotten again. So I'm very grateful for that.
And what would you say to young aspiring filmmakers who want to follow in your footsteps?
I would say, the only thing you can do is make movies in any way you can. And that means writing, it means drawing, it means, filming something with your phone. It just never stops. And that's how I became a filmmaker, just trying to do it in some way every day, and now I'm here.
So, what is it about Reagan that you would say that you were the most proud of?
We had a great team, and everybody came and brought their best gifts and skills and talents, music, film, our director of photography. Just everybody really worked hard on it.
What about Reagan would you say you're most proud of?
I think the work that went into it to capture 8 decades and to put that on film and to have the actors capture it and the craftsmen that were behind that doing all the visual effects and the set design and everything else. So it really brought, the 40th president to life.
Amazing. Okay, I'm going to come down this way. What is it about Reagan that you would say you're the most proud of?
I'm most proud of just the production, our producer, our composer, our cinematography. We just made something that's, I think, really special, and it reminded the world of like what it was in the 80s when it was just an amazing place, and hopefully we can get back there.
Well, it's really telling people that you can come from a small place, from a poor family, and you can achieve anything you want. So reach as high as you can and go for it.
Thank you.
I just think it was such an important film, an important story that needed to be told. And there's always different perspectives of historical figures. And this, to me, shed light on a lot of things that people didn't know about him. And I was just proud to be a part of that.
Amazing. What would you say about Reagan that you're most proud of?
I'm just proud to be a part of it. It's a wonderful team. I think to retell this amazing man's life, to be a part of telling this story and the incredible changes that he brought to our country. I'm just proud as a patriot, proud to be a part of it.
So I want to ask, what is it about NCIS that you're the most proud of, specifically this episode?
I'm most proud of the fact that everyone on this set feels like family. It makes a big difference. My first day on this set, Mark Harmon, I just heard, "Hello, Eric," and I turned around, and the person who was just a star of the show and created it, he knew my name the moment I walked on set. And he had come back after retirement to get his hair cut by the hairdresser because they have such a good connection. And I just want to say, the only way we can do things is with kindness and with love. And NCIS wrote an episode about someone who looked up and said, "God, what do I do?" And he chose light. So I'm really, really proud of this episode and of NCIS.
Amazing, amazing. What about you? Same question.
I'm grateful, fortunate, and blessed that I was asked to be part of this production because the way Steve Binder writes, to have characters that show a tremendous amount of integrity and a moral compass to do what's right. This particular episode, to do what's right, even in face of having been given direct orders from the highest levels of government to do something else. It's we all knew when we read the script, it was like, this is a special episode. So yeah, I'm just very fortunate, very grateful. So
I loved the song. It was so sweet. What was the inspiration for the song?
Well, I co-wrote it with my longtime partner, writing partner and producer, Davey Nathan. And, we just kind of looked around and felt like people needed this message of hope. Of course, we didn't know that the fires were going to happen. We wrote it, months before. But I just feel like it's so appropriate in these times that people just need something to hope for. Yeah.
So true. That's amazing. Who would you say were your biggest musical inspirations growing up?
Oh my goodness, I had so many. I have to say my first one was my mom. She didn't choose it as a career. She's actually a teacher in education, but she has a wonderful singing voice. Of course, maybe the obvious ones you might hear, Whitney Houston and Aretha Franklin, but I grew up listening to a lot of gospel music. So Yolanda Adams and the Clark sisters, one of them I portrayed. Those are also, big influences growing up.
If you had to say what the heart of your upcoming album is, Spirit, what would you say that is?
I just feel like you're going to feel a range of things. If you're in love, you're going to love this album because I'm in love. So you can feel the love. But you know what? I wasn't always in love. So you've got something for you on that. And then again, Something's Coming is also on this album. So if you need some inspiration, I just want to make you feel something. I think that's probably the core of what I want my music always to be, is that you felt something.
So what does winning this Teddy mean to you?
I was hoping I will get one of these, but I didn't dare to believe. So I cannot recover from the shock, because I know there were so many good scripts, and even making it to the finals was very difficult, but winning it, yeah, I'm a bit overwhelmed.
What about your project are you most proud of?
I think this is the biggest prize I ever got in the screenwriting industry. So, yeah, this is it.
I want to ask, what about your project are you most proud of?
We finally finished the documentary. It took almost 2.5 years, and I didn't know if we were going to finish it. And I'm glad that we finished it, because now we have a great product that shows the solution of how to get out of homelessness, that any community, any person, any nonprofit, any organization, any politician can actually watch it and utilize what we show in that to help reduce homelessness in their community.
What about Unsung Hero are you most proud of?
Well, I touched on it on stage. It's the ensemble, right? It's the fact that look, we've all seen actors and musicians who feel unsafe in front of a camera or unsafe on stage, and it's really heartbreaking. And I'm just really proud of the whole team that risked to create a safe place for people like me and a young new actor to actually sort of rise and to thrive and to feel comfortable to express emotion. And so, yeah, very, very, very special moment for me personally.
Amazing. And what would you say to a young, inspiring artist who wants to follow in your footsteps, whether it be directing, writing, acting, musician?
I'm so glad you asked. When I was about 10 or 12 years old, The Phantom Menace had just come out. Star Wars, and I remember going and getting the picture book, and I remember looking through it and going, it was bittersweet. I was like, this is beautiful, and my heart was broken because I thought I'll never be able to do that. I'll never be able to be in something, a film, and I'm sort of sad at myself that I didn't have a bit more faith. So I'd say one, it starts and ends. The beginning, middle, and end is faith. You know, breathing something into existence, manifesting something into existence, and then I think the second thing I'd say is just never, ever, ever say die. Just stay in it. If you believe you're designed to do something and those around you support that dream and see it in you, then just keep going. And lastly, I'd say collaborate. You cannot do it on your own. You have to bring people around you. That's what movies do. They bring groups of people together to do something that no one person could do on their own.
How are you feeling?
Whoa, I was not expecting that. Surprised and grateful.
So what does winning a Teddy mean to you?
I think I just feel proud that people recognize the care that went into this project, and yeah.
What is it that you're most proud about the project that you've done?
How every single person who worked on this film gave it a piece of their heart and soul, and I think that was so special.
So what does this Teddy Award mean to you?
I mean, surprise, humbleness, thankfulness, and it feels a little bit as though God is encouraging me. It kind of felt like a way for me to take a compliment from the Lord, I think, because sometimes you're like, is this working? Am I going the right direction? And so this is kind of a little something that to me feels like the Lord saying, please keep going.
What's one thing about your film that you're the most proud of?
The people. A lot of great people that made that film work. It was freezing, legitimately minus 20 plus. We did film in the cold and in the snow and in the ice, and the crew just like carrying around all the metal equipment, everything you can imagine, getting it done, setting it up, tearing it down, making it happen. Nobody took a day off. And I mean, that's a big testament to, like, it's cold and it's miserable. And then everybody set it up beautifully and allowed us to just sort of take the final shot, try to get that 3-pointer.
Congratulations. Thank you. This was such well-deserved.
Thank you. It's so special. My little legs are still shaking. I get so nervous with these things. I really do. I can go present the award. I can do all that, but when if I win award and I have to just speak for myself, I just get all nervous and jittery.
Well, I think with a talent like yours, like you are going to have plenty of practice because you are so incredibly talented. What does winning the Teddy Award mean to you?
It means a lot because, it means so much because, again, it's all about faith and family programming, and it's what I've committed my entire career to for over 40 years, faith and family. So to win the Grace Award is very special, very meaningful for me.
What about your movie are you most proud of?
Oh, well, it takes an entire team to do it. I'm most proud of my team, my company that produced it, the writers Macy McLean and Taylor Kalupa. They're beautiful writers. Our director, Heather Hawthorne Doyle, and that's what makes it special. It's the team that comes together and you make magic, and it's different with every experience. So,
what does the Teddy Award mean to you?
Well, I have been coming to Movieguide Awards for many years now, and I love Ted Bear and his family and what they're doing and how they honor family programming and programming that's God-honoring, and it's just such a privilege for me to be in this room with all these filmmakers and actors, and I'm just so grateful to be here tonight.
Well, you have had an amazing career. You have an amazing career. What about your career are you most proud of?
Well, I guess I just feel very privileged to be able to be a storyteller at this time in our world and to remind people of the goodness of God.
Can you tell us more about that song that you just sang that's going to be on everyone's playlist they're going to listen to and repeat for the rest of the year?
Oh, I hope so. I hope they enjoy it. It's just, I'm an overanalyzer. I can really stress myself and spiral pretty quickly. So I just figured music is one of those things that I've always used in my life to calm myself down, to ground myself. And so I wanted to write a song that would hopefully do that for other people too.
Well, I think you absolutely did. The whole audience was just in a ease, just fell over everybody.
Good. She's like, someone was taking a nap in the back. I'm like, you know what? That's the goal. That's the goal, everybody.
Absolutely beautiful. So what would you say the heart of that song is?
Well, I shared a little bit in the middle of the song, this idea of sufficient are today's troubles for today. Let tomorrow worry about itself. There's so much in this life that we cannot control. And those are typically the things that we spend the most time freaking out about. And I love this quote. It says, we thought that we had control, but all we ever had was anxiety. So that's the heart of it. Let go, release. This is my year of release. I give my years a word. I have a word of the year. This is my year of release. So I hope you enjoy release.
Amazing, amazing. Now you have such an impressive career. You're a producer, you're a songwriter, you're an actor. What about your career would you say you're the most proud of when you look?
Wow. Honestly, just that I've not given up. I have a lot of girlfriends in Nashville, and we've all been in the music industry for so many years. We've started as teenagers, and now as women, we get to look around and go, oh my gosh, there's not many of us that have survived, but for those of us who have, and we've not given up on our calling. If you hear that calling, then it's probably your calling, right? And we look at each other often and we just say, man, it's not about being the most talented person in the room. It's not being about the most amazing, jaw-dropping person in the room. It's about sometimes just being the last woman standing. And I thank God for the people that he's put in my life that have told me in the moments where I've been most exhausted, do not quit. You are not allowed to quit. You cannot quit. Stay in it and stay in it for the right reason. So I'm very proud of my fellow sisters in arms, like yourself, you know, anyone who is using their gift of interviewing or communicating or singing or filmmaking to make a difference in the world. That's what it's about.
That's absolutely beautiful. And last question, you mentioned on the carpet that the movie Selena had such an impact on you. What would you say to the little girl who's watching right now and is looking up at you and seeing this gorgeous woman of faith who's so talented and reminds her of herself? What would you say to that little girl?
Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. Don't overpluck your eyebrows. It's okay to have a mustache. It's okay to to look different, to be different. You might not feel like you fit in or that you are meeting what you would think is the standard of beauty or the standard of intelligence, but you are created so uniquely. And spend time getting to know yourself. Spend time getting to know that beautiful person that God made you to be. Be bored. Allow yourself to be alone. Just because you're alone doesn't mean that you're lonely. And great ideas will find you there.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. That was absolutely beautiful. And I'm so excited. Make sure to follow her on everything so you can keep track of her music and anything that she's working on.
Ola Mariah, HOLAMORIAH on all the socials handles.
What does the Teddy Award mean to you?
Well, first of all, I was totally surprised. I apologize. I got up and started talking about the movie, and I forgot to thank Ted. I feel so bad about that for giving us the honor. It's a film that we didn't want to do any preaching. We want her life to be the sermon. And that's why it's been so universally accepted. And of course we did it to praise God. The whole crew, the whole cast, everyone was so it was like a Notre Dame football rally, the passion for the film because of her life and who she was. And her whole life was dedicated to God. And she just, built hospitals, built schools, built orphanages. Unbelievable lady. So what's this mean to me? It means a lot, deep. And I was not expecting it.
If you enjoy videos that follow your values like ours and you want to help us continue, go to movieguide.org/donate because we're actually a nonprofit. You may not know that, but we're working in Hollywood every day to help families have more choices that follows their values. And also subscribe right now.